morning guys, Jamie here, keeping it koi. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. Hope to earn your subscription today. So in today's video, there hasn't been, and I haven't done an awful lot around the pond because, as you can probably tell by the colour out here today, it has done nothing but rain since my last video. So it is actually Saturday today, so this video is being recorded and being edited on the same day. So I am all up to date. The fish are doing absolutely fantastic. I have got a few bits that I'm going to quickly show you as well. But let's have a look at the pond and where I got to with my old bamboo. So yes, the window does need a damn good clean. As you can see, it's got a lovely green algae line along the top. Need to turn my trickle in back on because although the drum is only cleaning very, very occasionally, now that they're barely getting any food, it has dropped a fair bit, to be honest. It's just I don't know if you can quite make that out, but it's just dropped below the top weir on the skimmer, so it needs a good another inch in there, which is probably why there's a few bubbles on the surface. I've got the air turned right down now as well. I will crank it down just a tiny bit more when the pond drops below 10 degrees. But at the minute we're still holding at 11, but as you can see, everybody's happy, everybody's hungry. Time to chuck some food in. So I just turned my trickle in up a bit because it was literally just dripping, and by the end of today I'll put it back to where it needs to be. So we're going to give these guys some grub. In here it's mainly their wheat germ plus a bit of the all seasons with garlic. Doesn't really go through the net very well. It all rolls down the net and sits on here, so I'm going to have to poke it back in. But yeah, I'll show you the what I've done with the net and the bamboo in a second. See if we can get it in without losing it all on the pond side this time. Yep, 3. But yeah, they're down to 3 of these little scoops at a time. So that's they get 6 a day because I feed them in the morning and in the evening. Yep. They do all munch it quite quickly because the few bigger ones in there obviously munch most of that in seconds, but swing out a bit. Doesn't really do it justice on camera, but the luster on this new chag. Oh. Hello buddy. But yeah, right, let's zoom out and show you what I've been up to with the old bamboo. But yeah, so I've got my 2 tall poles at the front there. The net is just hooked over there at the minute. There's a gap here currently, but I've got the net down there that goes over that pole as well. There's no gap on the other side, plus I'm using a bit of the old net that I got from Steve from Cat and Eyes Koi as a temporary solution. And then obviously I've got me all my bamboo poles down that side. That gate is now attached. I can't remember if I showed you in the last video because I did record that last week, but we'll show you. On this side we've got one of them little hinges that I showed you in the previous video. If you didn't see them, go check it out. But you can see there, and all they are is I can now, in fact let me put you down a second. There you go. So yeah, now all I've got to do, knock that off a couple of times. We like the pond is lift this up. Yeah, so all I've got to do is lift this off, and voila, and I can sit by the pond, view my fish. You'll see there, that's the female section if I've got that in focus, and on the bamboo I've got the 2 male sections there and there. Yeah, obviously it doesn't come off very well in the rain, but yeah, rain don't stop doing what I need to do out here, other than the fact that I need to get out onto the lawn to chop some more of these. And to put it back again, I'll dodge that in between the window, one on this side, like so, and then find the other roll that side, like so. That's all where it should be, and jobs are good, and then they're on again. So yeah, work's an absolute treat. And then they'll be going obviously all the way around the pond eventually, but the reason it's stopped play is, as you can see, it's absolutely wet and damp and raining. It's actually only just stopped, which is why I've grabbed the camera out. Mind your own business is doing cracking still. But yeah, basically I need to dismantle that shower, put it up in its permanent position without the let me go around and show you from this side, without the manky old scaffolding board in the way and underneath it. So if I can zoom you in enough, you'll see, yeah, where that brick sat there, you'll see just underneath the brick is the bit of scaffolding there, and in that particular spot where that brick is, that is where I need to put another bamboo pole, and I can't do it while that bit of scaffolding board is sticking out from under the Bakki shower, because there's going to be another one of these here, another one, little one there, and another one from that bamboo when I get it up to that pole. I don't know whether I'm going to have two along there or one, depends if I can find wood long enough, because that's 4.2 meters, I think it is, along there from bamboo to bamboo. And then obviously the big long one I've got for this side does fit, but it's currently sat down there just while I've got this net over it temporarily. But yeah, it's keeping the net further away from the water, which is ideal, makes it a bit more difficult to throw food in from this side. But yeah, and as you can see, a lot of the wood now is missing off the pond. Obviously I had a cross beam going from that side to that side, another one going from this side to this side, another one coming from this side to this side, and I had another brown one going along that bit as well. Most of that is now gone. I've only got these two bits, I've only left them on there because these are the two bits that's supporting me net. And these guys are all doing fantastic. Give them a little bit of food as well. They're all doing absolutely great in there. Got a good mix of all sorts in there. Akamatsubas, kajakus, kahakus. You can't see any of the maggoys because they're all black. Got me grow and show goshki down there as well. Got a couple of charat suris in there. There's at least one. And then I've got a jinrin chag and a few other bits and bobs still in there. But they're just on a different mix, which is in here. Again, they're on mainly wheat germ now, but it's the same as the main pond. Wheat germ mixed with a bit of all seasons with garlic. A little bit more. That's their food. But yeah, so that's, as I say, I haven't managed to get a lot done because the weather would not stop raining, and my lawn is all squidgy and manky and I'm destroying it, but what can you do? Yeah, from this side at the moment it still looks a little bit of a mess, but it's getting there. It's getting there. And thank you to everyone for your kind comments on the last video with the old bamboo, because yeah, you all say it looks good and I think it's going to look amazing when it's finished. But I just need a dry day so I can bring the chop saw out and get the next ones cut. The next two I'm going to make are the one at the back, or the front of the pond, but the back to where we are at the minute, to go along that gap, and then the little one to go along that gap. I've got enough wood to do them too. And then as I say, I just need to find see if there is same size wood but 4.2 meters to go along there, and then just get some more to do that. But obviously they're untreated stud work, so not ideal leaving them out this time of year unpainted, but don't need it on there, but it's just on there to show you guys. The little pond is a bit worse for wear at the minute. I need to get in there and pull all the leaves out again, but looks nice. All the leaves are finally off the all the aces now are all bare, but I'm going to try and repot them next year. And the tomato plant that somehow grew in here is still got a couple of tomatoes on, but I'm going to get rid of that. But this keeps getting destroyed by the birds. They keep ripping everything up, so I might redesign it a little bit next year. These guys need some food as well, so I'll go and grab some food for these guys and show you how they're getting on. So it's really murky in here at the minute, and the pump is still not out of the not that you'll probably remember, but the pump line that you can see coming in the back of the pond over there, and the pump is currently in a bag because some of these little fry, like the one at the very top there, are so small they would actually fit through the pump cage. There's at least 4 in here that are still way small enough to go in there, so until they're big enough to come out of the pump cage, it's still in a bag at the minute, so it's staying relatively cloudy in there. But they do get almost 100% water change a week. Every 2 days they get 20% change, so that's plenty, but they will come up for food. They're actually doing really well in there, but that's because it's still costing me a fortune, because I know I said I'm not going to heat it this year. I've actually still got it heated. I'm trying to keep it heated long enough to get these couple of little tiny baby fry to grow a little bit. See if I can get them big enough so I can take the pump out of the bag. But while we're waiting for them to come up, you'll see over there on the old heater that I'm still at 18 degrees. And yes, it's costing an absolute fortune on a 2 kilowatt inline heater, but hey ho, what can you do? Yeah, as you can see there, they're not as ravenous as they was when it was at 24 degrees, but still, they're doing really well. And Mrs. is still feeding her squirrels, look. And there he is, look. Sitting on his post, munching his nuts. Although I think we need to refill that feeder, it's getting a bit low. But funny little things. At least by putting that feeder there, it stopped them actually coming in the garden and digging up the lawn. Which is a bonus, especially this time of year, because the lawn is looking a little bit worse for wear, where I always stand and feed the fish, but it'll come back next spring. But yeah, so that's them, they're doing great. They're still loving it, nice and warm in there. In fact, it's just as warm in there as it is in the house at the minute. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've done, which is not a lot because of the weather. I'm starting to prep all my bonsai work. I'm ready for next year. These are my latest bonsai trees that I've picked up. I've got another little oak tree there, got silver birch, and I absolutely love the bend on that trunk, and I found that in the wild bent like that already, so that'll be nice. Got a couple of hazels, and don't know what the other one is. But, yeah, a few more trees ready to bonsai. Got loads of bonsais in these pots. All them are bonsais. That bigger one is bonsai. All these little sticks sticking out of this tray, all little bonsais. Loads of them. Obviously, I've got all my oak trees down the back there, all my bigger oak trees. And that one down there is another hazel. more bonsais in some of these pots, plus some mint, and apparently another tomato plant that is still going. That's how mild it's been, although it's getting colder, it's still been really mild for the time of year. These bonsais I'm going to leave for this year. They've still got a bit of wire on them, just as that's one of my favourite. That's a white pine, that one of my favourites. So that's an acer. I've got a few more just sitting in that pot there. A couple more oak trees and a few other bits and bobs. I think there's a conker tree in there as well, and that one in that pot's a conker tree. Olive tree. But yeah, I got a couple of new bonsais that I picked up, like Lee Hatfield's just done. I've just taken the missus to IKEA for her birthday to get her what she wanted, and I've just spent all day putting that up. But I'm not going to show you that because that's our little private space. But we have a mini Christmas tree, which is obviously a pine. And pines make fantastic bonsais, so I'll be working on that probably in my next video. So if you do like bonsais, come back next time to see what I'm going to do with that. Then I've got this one, which I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's a whatever that says, but then again, this is from IKEA, so it could just be one of the IKEA weird names, but I'm pretty sure that's the name of the tree. And then I've got this one, which I really like. This one, I believe it's a pine family. This one, I think this one is a like conifer type family, but this one is a pine type. So yeah, I might do some hacking at these on the next video and get them to look a bit more like a bonsai rather than a potted bush. Not sure if I might wait for that one and use that as an extra little Christmas tree in the house over Christmas. Who knows? But yeah, all these are loads more bonsais in here. All these individual sticks are all little trees, either sycamore or what's the other one? These ones anyway. So they're from the helicopter seeds that just randomly land in my garden. But yeah, you got this type, which I believe is the sycamore, and then you got that one, which is the maple, the English maple or European maple, whatever. But I've still got loads of tomatoes growing in there. Not that you guys are probably all interested in tomatoes, you're all interested in the fish. But yeah, as you all know, I'm a keen gardener as well, so on my next video I'm going to be doing a bit of bonsaiing, because there's not really a lot more I can do to the pond while it keeps raining. And yeah, I might, because of the weather, because of the time of year, it's difficult to get 2 videos out a week now, as you can probably tell by just my dribble on this video. So yeah, I'll probably just go down to 1 video a week from here on in, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so apologies for my waffling, but that's where I'm up to on the pond. It's looking pretty good now. Just got to get these last bits of wood off, but that probably won't be until these fish leave that net, because it's keeping the net up. It's absolutely fantastic, and to be honest, I can't grumble. Obviously I've just fed them, so there's bits floating in my pond now, but the actual water clarity is well, focusing on the net at the minute. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, you can see all the waste on the bottom and everything. Not that there's normally waste on the bottom, it's because I've just fed them. But they're loving life. They'd love it a lot more if it was still 24 degrees, wouldn't you? Eh? 11 degrees, not very warm, is it? That's about it for today, guys. I'll say, if you're into bonsais as well and want to know a little bit more about how to look after your bonsais and what to do with your bonsais, subscribe and come back soon. So not that I've done a lot today, but I hope I've earned your subscription today. And yeah, we'll catch you all on the next one.